Good morning, guys. So, quick tips with Coach K. Coffee with Coach K. So today I wanted to discuss a conversation that I had with a client yesterday. She was freaking out because finally she sat down and tracked her food. She's someone that does a more carnivore-based diet. She's a runner. I'm not for sure if she does marathons, but anyways, more of a long distance runner. Okay, not fueling herself appropriately. Definitely needs to be eating more food. So she messages me yesterday and is like, so I finally sat down and tracked my food, and I'm freaking out because I'm eating way more than I thought I was. Okay, which all goes back to, this is why I have you guys track your food, because oftentimes, like, we just don't know what we don't know. All right, so if you find yourself avoiding things, I don't want to make this super long, like tracking your food, or maybe tracking ketones or blood glucose or your weight or things for more emotional reasons, like you got to learn to take the emotion out of it and just use it as tools to help you. All right, it's because it invokes this feeling of shame, because she's like, I feel so shameful for the way that I'm eating. And she's like, well, now I feel like I need to restrict more, go down the rabbit hole. Maybe I only need to eat 1 meal a day. And I'm like, this is the problem. Like, you guys are avoiding areas where you need to heal. And I suggested, if you haven't read the book, Brain Over Binge, I'm like, you need to do that. She's like, well, I don't binge. I don't have a problem with binging. You know, I don't think I have a problem with food. I'm like, no, bitch, you have a problem with food. Okay. Like, I'm not a coach that is not going to tell you what you need to hear. And I say these things from a place of self-love because I've been there too. I had bulimia for decades. I get it. I had food fear, yada, 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 the whole bit. I'm like, no, it's more about your relationship with self, scientifically how your body works, why you have a fear around food. Like, you guys have to figure it out, like, why these things are happening to you. You know, when you don't know what you don't know, like, be a forever student. This is what I preach to you guys. You know, and I'm the same way. If I don't know something, I Google it or I YouTube it. It's like people asking questions that you guys can simply YouTube and fucking Google. Do your own life admin. All right? Be your own administrative assistant or virtual assistant or whatever the hell we have nowadays. All right? So figure out those places where you feel shame. Like, those are places where you need to heal. Okay? Those are areas that are saying, hey, we need to figure out why you have shame around these certain areas and what do we need to do to figure out how to fix them. Okay, so how do we need to do meal timing? What kind of foods work better for you? Since we're like talking about food, you know, are you shrinking in certain areas? Why am I having trouble in relationships? Like, especially with yourself. Like, all of these triggers are areas where you need to heal. So utilizing tools like maybe you're playing around with fasting or tracking or whatever the hell you're doing. They're just tools to help you discover what works for you and what doesn't. Okay, because that's what it's all about. Figuring out what works and what doesn't. You don't need to have shame around mistakes. Mistakes tell you, it's just like dating. Dating the wrong kinds of people or people that you just don't mesh with. They tell you what you do like. They tell you the kinds of people you need to be around. So stop avoiding these things and just approach them from a curiosity perspective. Like, instead of me beating the shit out of myself for maybe feeling shame, maybe somebody was like, well, you're being an asshole. Or, I don't know, they're triggered because I show my body on social media. Or a coworker's like, you were really short with me. Instead of being like, beating myself up because someone is criticizing me or giving me feedback, I'm always like, isn't that interesting? Like, I always flip something to something positive. Like, okay, I did that. Thank you. I honor your perspective, or I honor what I've learned in this moment. This is what I'm going to do different. And then just roll with it. Like, guys, mistakes are okay. They're not failures. All right, I've been rambling for 5 minutes already, but this is just something I needed to get off my chest this morning. I'm going to go get my walk in, success routine. Yes, I know it's still early on Saturday. I'm an early bird. Like I said, my routine rarely changes. Secret to success. So, Coach K ramblings. It's delicious. Okay, bye y'all. Love you guys.